What are your thoughts on race in America between whites and black?
My thoughts on race in America has really affected black and the white. Well, mostly it's affected the black. It's affected them because they are not really getting employed. When a white and a black guy, they mostly pay attention to the black, to the white, I mean. While whites jobs with high quantities receive 30% more calls back than black. There is black people that really want to work, but it's not that they don't want to work, it's that they just don't hire them. Do you still think there's discrimination?
I believe that there's still discrimination in the United States because the employers believe that whites are more deserving for jobs because they think that whites are more hardworking, but yet in reality that's not true because blacks, well, there's few whites that's work about the same, but blacks, they they still want their jobs as much as whites. But as Paul Butler states, it's not that we don't want to work, it's just that they won't hire us. There's a lot of young people that want to work, but yet they're not being hired. Everyone, if you're gonna work, then it doesn't matter about race. That's what I believe. How has race affected the employment rate in jobs today?
The whites have a higher rate of jobs than black do. The whites' rate of employment is doubled. 50 years of American history, African unemployment has remained twice what white unemployment was or is. There's a lot of young people that want to work, and race greatly affects how much applicants benefit from having more experience.
What is your opinion on white males getting hired more than black males?
I say it's really unfair. There's, like, why? Just everybody should have an equal opportunity to be hired. I don't know why people discriminate and why people think that one race is better than the other when both races could be could be worse or they could be better. Everybody should be just equal.
So I'm Justin Davis, teacher at Greeley Central.
What's your opinion on unemployed for African Americans?
Now, you're talking about unemployment as far as assistance they get?
Yes.
Oh, well, I think that people deserve to have assistance when they're unemployed. I also think that the problem that people have with the unemployment system is that some people take advantage of it. So it could be it doesn't even have to be specifically African Americans. Really, it's just anybody, right? If somebody is trying their hardest to get a new job, and I know how hard that can be sometimes. Like I lived in California and it was really hard to find a job for a while, and I have a college degree, right? I understand how stressful that can be, especially if you're trying your best to get a job and you just keep not getting hired or other people get hired before you. It's the people that don't try to get new jobs who are like basically getting free money and act like they're trying to get jobs. That's the problem with the unemployment system. And unfortunately, you can't just regulate everybody and watch everybody who's trying to get jobs. You know, there's a certain system that goes into it where people have to prove that they're getting jobs or they're trying to get a job, right? So I would say that I think that people that are really working hard deserve to get assistance. I mean, you know, that people have families or just themselves, and you know, we can't just let people sleep on the ground outside, you know, and starve to death. Like the government needs to help people that are willing to help themselves and try to better their situation. But I think that the controversy comes in when you have some people who are not doing that, who are, you know, basically taking money for the system, right? And then you have all these other people, probably a way more populated group, are trying to get jobs and doing it the right way. So yes, I think they deserve assistance. You know what I mean? And it's like, how do you differentiate between them? How can you fix the system so that you can prove better that people are actually trying to get jobs? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Math. The young people that I know want to work. When we look at the last 50 years of American history, African unemployment has remained twice what white unemployment is. That's not about black folks not wanting to work. That's about us not being able to get jobs because people won't hire us because of discrimination. Again, that's not true for everybody, but it's true for too many people. And he said, well, what about drugs? Why don't they just stop selling drugs? That's a great example. If you go not far from here, Peter, to the National Institute of Health and ask, do blacks use drugs or sell drugs more than anybody else in this country? They say no. African Americans, about 13% of folks who are involved in drugs. But if you go really 2 blocks from here to the Department of Justice, ask who's locked up for drug crimes, 60% are black. 13% of people who do the crime, 60% of people who do the time. So again, people get tired of talking about race, talking about discrimination, but it's as real as gravity. And unless we deal with that, as we're doing in this show today, we're not going to make any progress.
Hi, I'm Eric Hernandez.
I'm Benito Chaires,
I'm Jessica Rascon.
and thank you for listening to our thoughts on race in America.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric Hernandez.
I'm Benito Chaires,
I'm Jessica Rascon.
and thank you for listening to our thoughts on race in America.
Thank you.
Thank you.